Jai Shri Krishna. So today is Wednesday, and there you can see me wearing the green T-shirt as well. And Moon is in Revati Nakshatra, again owned by Mercury. So it's all Mercury happening today, right? Mercury in action, and Moon is conjunct with transit Saturn. So the transit Moon conjunct with transit Saturn. So today I'm going to be publishing part 3 of Revati Nakshatra. All right. Part 3. Please watch part 1 and part 2 before you come to part 3. Okay, the regular bells and whistles which I always speak about. One is, if you like the video, please do click the like button, and please do subscribe, and please click the notification, the bell button, so that you are subscribed and up to date with the videos I post all the time. Second is, please share your honest thoughts, honest comments, and honest feedback. I know many of you have shared. I really appreciate that as well. Yeah, thank you. Third one is, do join Clubhouse weekly sessions on Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. So I'm doing a live session today, 7:20 p.m. Central Time and in US, and which is going to be about, the topic is business combinations Karaka, right? To explain all the combinations which you would have in the chart for business alignment, including the timing. So do join if you're interested. Yeah. You have to download the Clubhouse app, iOS or Android, both have it. And you have to enroll yourself in the Vedic Astrology Club. Once you're in, you can see all the past recordings of 4+ years. I've been teaching in Clubhouse close to 6 years. Yeah, so today is the live sessions. If you want to join, come and try it out. Yeah. If it's not your cup of tea, I get it. Yeah. Okay. So again, this is all about Vedic astrology in Clubhouse as well. Okay. So now we come back to the session. Moon in Revati Nakshatra. See, Revati Nakshatra is the last Nakshatra. Okay. The 27th Nakshatra. It's also sitting in the last Rashi, Pisces, owned by Jupiter, and the Nakshatra Lord is here, Mercury. Okay. All right. So last Nakshatra, last Rashi means what? Sometimes think about this, nice guys finish last. Okay. Sometimes it's good to be last. Not all the time, but sometimes. Second is also that many people think that if I have Moon in Revati Nakshatra, I don't have rebirth. That is not the case. Okay, there is a misconception about it. So the deity, Vedic deity is, not a Vedic deity, my mistake. Vedic deity is Vishnu, but the so-called, I would say, you know what? Vedic deity Pushan and Hindu deity is Vishnu. I'm just getting swapped. The duality is coming into action. So the Vedic deity is Pushan, right? Pushan is a guide way, right? A guide. And he's also a person who can help you in the getaway. But it is not just purely moving from, one world to another, one place to another place, right? Right? It is more than that. He's a navigator. Okay? So think about it versus don't think that, he'll help me to give me moksha, right? The combinations for moksha it should be in the chart, starting from the lagna all the way to the 12th. Okay? In your chart. So Saturn right now is in transit, but keep the transit aside. Whenever Moon in Revati Nakshatra, there will be a guidance coming. That's the point. And you may be able to see different lokas in your dream. Even when you're sitting down and closing your eyes, you can see a lot of things. Like, people may think it's hallucination, but it's not. All right. Okay. Saturn in transit right now is in Revati Nakshatra. Moved last month. So it has been a little challenging for Revati Nakshatra people. So I would tell you, Moon and Revati Nakshatra people get the best health insurance when Saturn comes to your Janma Rashi and Janma Nakshatra. Both. You should have that. Okay, don't compromise on it. So Saturn will be in Revati Nakshatra till October 9, 2026. Till October 9, 2026, Saturn will be in Revati Nakshatra. Then he will, on October 9th, somewhere around mid of the day, depending on your location, he will move to Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Okay, so Moon and Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra people, do watch out. Saturn is coming back. Okay, all right. Then eventually Saturn will enter Mesha Rasi, Aries, June 3, 2027. Okay, June 3, 2027. And he'll be there till 2027, October 20th. Okay, he'll be there till October 20th, 2027 in Mesha Rasi. So all Ashwini Nakshatra people, watch out. Ashwini Bharani have to watch out. And Kritika first pada. Okay, but it's not over yet because Saturn will come Vakra and come to Meena Rasi Pisces again. Okay, on October 20, 2027. Okay, till February 23, 2028. Okay, so Saturn will come back Vakra to Pisces. Then Saturn will enter Mesha Rasi eventually again for the second time, 2028, February 23rd, till 2029, August 8th. So he'll go back 2028, February 23rd, till August 8, 2029. You know, almost little close to a year and 4 months. Yeah, 4-5 months. Okay, so that is what it's going to be. So Saturn will enter Aries again 2028 February 23rd to 2029 August 8th. Okay, so when I'm saying all this, when Saturn enters your Janma Nakshatra, make sure to have the best health insurance. Best health insurance you need for your medicine and all, doctor, whatever it is. Yeah, so watch out for that. Okay, so this, if you look at it, right, Pisces and Revati Nakshatra, the Rashi is owned by Jupiter, benefic planet. The Nakshatra is owned by Mercury, benefic planet. Venus gets exalted in exactly at around 27 degrees here in the Nakshatra of Revati, Pada 4. So this Pada 4 is Pushkara Navamsa and Vargotama. The 29 and 30 degrees, the last 1 degree or so, is a Gandhanta point with Mesha. Okay, so it's the last 1 degree is a challenge. And the first 1 degree in Mesha is also a challenge. Okay, all right. So here what happens, you have to understand Venus. Let's look at it. Jupiter is the Rashi Lord. From here, from the Rashi, Pisces, Jupiter is exalted in the 5th house in Cancer. Okay, so as soon as they have the children, right? Meena Rashi people in general, and specifically even Revati Nakshatra, they have the children, that their life will go up. Their life will change. Okay. All right. Okay. First thing. Second thing is Mercury. Mercury is the Nakshatra Lord for Revati. Okay. Mercury is the Nakshatra Lord for Revati. So what it means, Mercury owns the 4th and 7th. I've already explained in part 2, I believe, where mother will be involved for the marriage. Mother is the 4th, marriage is 7th. The mother will be the decision maker. Second, okay. Third, Venus. Venus exalts in the nakshatra at 27 degrees in Revati. What does Venus owns from this point? He owns the 3rd and 8th. 3rd and 8th. So as soon as they get married, right, they will have, after some point, after marriage, immediately, in a year or 2 years, they would move out of the place. They may come back, to the birth country or whatever it is, but they will still move out of the place. It can be city, state, country, depending on combinations. Okay, so this is what you have to understand, that Venus owns the 3rd and 8th. I also explained very clearly, because Venus is Lakshmi and Venus gets exalted in this nakshatra itself, just not the Rashi, right? The moon in Revati Nakshatra people, especially if you are a guy, you should treat your spouse, the woman, as Lakshmi, the better half. This is very important. Okay? Lakshmi is always very important to understand that. Okay. All right. Now, the other important thing is the symbol associated in Meena, Pisces, is 2 fishes. So again, I'll come back and say what I said to Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra people: have aquarium in the house and have goldfishes. Okay, goldfishes, have pairs of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, whatever it is. Even though the number is 3 or 27 for Revati Nakshatra, have 2, 4, 6, 8. If a fish dies, you have to replace with another fish. It can never be a odd number. It has to be an even number. Remember that. Okay. All right. Now, what also it means is take care of the fish, feed them like your child, like your kiddo, right? And see what happens. Okay. but also do not eat fish. Okay, and I would say be a vegetarian, especially because of the Vedic deity being Pushan here. Okay, all right. I've also explained there is a very, very strong connection for Revati Nakshatra people with all the moon nakshatras, right? Moon nakshatra starts from Rohini, Asta, and Shravana. All the other Mercury nakshatras, which is Ashlesha as well as Mercury nakshatra, Ashlesha and Jyeshta, other than Revati, right? And then also Purva Falguni nakshatra. Purva Falguni comes because of Bhaga. Pushan and Bhaga has got a very interesting relationship. Both of them, okay? They want to take care, they want to look about managing, guiding, etc. So Pushan, Bhaga, there is a very strong relationship. Of course, then all the sun nakshatras also, Kritika, Uttara Falguni, Uttarashada, Rahu nakshatras, Ardra, Swati, Satabhisha, and then Venus nakshatras as well. I already mentioned Purva Falguni because of Bhaga, but you also have a Bharani nakshatra as well as Purvashada. Okay. The Pushan is associated with star of wealth and power to nourishment, healing, right? Protection, wealth, transcend. Okay. He is also the protector. The Vedic deity Pushan is the protector of flocks, right? Herds. Think about the goat herds, which all move, right? So there is a lot of movable wealth, and even people who are traveling, right? Traveling is also very. Atri is a rishi who is also associated for help with from travel as well. Pushan is also another one. Okay, Aryaman also can help because with the Pitrus and ancestors as well. Now, one thing is I always said Revati Nakshatra people have to be careful with addictions because they are always typically looking for something like somaras. Okay, in today's world, somaras can be any of the malt whiskey, Indri, whatever you can think of, right? But those are all addictions in a way. Yeah, that is what they are looking for typically. It can be a beer to a normal person. It can be a special scotch, double scotch whiskey, whatever it is, right? But that's the point. That's like a somras. Okay, all right. So Lord Pushan, right, coming back as a Vedic deity here, is the god of prosperity, right? Prosper. And Bhaga, who is also the god of prosperity. So there is this Revati and Purva Falguni connection happening in a way. But in the Daksha war, Pushan lost his teeth. Okay, so the teeth is always a problem for people. Okay, and as Saturn is right now in Revati Nakshatra, you got to be very careful with your body, especially the knees, below knees, and the leg part, as well as the teeth, right, and the eye. This is very important. Okay, all right. So Pushan will give you the guidance for think of rebirth, moksha, what does it mean, transcend, right? He is the one who can also have the ability to travel to the 14 lokas in a way, a guide to the future in a way, right? Think of a yakshi kind of a thing, but in a bigger level, right? He wants you to detach from materialism. And he wants you to slowly bring spirituality into the materialistic world. Okay? Pushan is also about truth and righteousness. Okay? He is the one who can help you track lost items. Okay? Lost items. So Revati Nakshatra in a way is very important here for finding lost items. Right? Finding missing people. Pushan. Okay? Think about a sheep and a shepherd. So much sheep are going, right? And the shepherd will typically find one sheep also if it's lost because of the energy he will have of Revati Nakshatra there for him. And make sure that one reaches safely the final destination, right? And Pushan also likes travel. So Revati Nakshatra people would love travel. They'll always want to plan something or the other. They may do it even independently. That's different, but they love travel. Okay? So because I also mentioned about the Daksha Yagna where they lost the teeth, so be a vegetarian, They won't bite hard things. They like soft items, soft things as well. Yogurt, buttermilk, curd, etc. Right? Ghee, lot of butter, buttery food, right? All soft. It's interesting, Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, right, says about not getting attached to things. And at some point, you have to have a detachment, right? And that energy is also there with Pushan, in a way. The attachment, detachment energy, okay? They are the people who may sit in one room in a corner, but they will still tell you, you know what, Delta Airlines has actually canceled 20 flights today. It's flying late. You know what, Delta Airlines is not flying anymore to XYZ city, right? All those things, because they keep on talking to people and get all the information. So especially navigation, right? Very important. So what are the jobs then, if you look at it, right? It's all about service-oriented jobs, anything with service. Ferryman, navigation, shipping, transportation, logistics, courier person, marine, detective, right? Counselor, investigator, entertainment, creative jobs, right? Music, dance, singing, mentors, guide, coaching, training. I can think of spiritual leaders, lawyers, judges, recovery, finding lost people, detectives as well, right? Then anything with something like dance, right? Music, public services, animal welfare, medicine, curing diseases, all those things. Yeah? Okay. I mentioned in one of the early video, if you go to Srirangam temple, right, in Trichy, right, the Vishnu over there is as Revati Nakshatra. Okay, so go on a Revati Nakshatra day when moon is with strength, not conjunct with Saturn, right? Like as we speak right now. And moon has to be with strength 4 places plus or minus away from the sun. Okay, and over there, if you go again, you will see Lakshmi's feet. That is where the power is, right? Lakshmi's feet, right? Over there. Vishnu, where you see Vishnu, Lakshmi is always at Vishnu's feet. But Lakshmi's feet itself is there. That is where the power is. That is where, if you see, the feet is always associated with also Revati Nakshatra, the knee and the feet part, the legs, the ankle part, right? The feet and the soles. So again, that is where Venus also gets exalted. Okay. Simplest mantra, Om Mahalakshmi Namaha 108 times. Okay. You can start with 3, end up in 27, and finally go to 108. Okay, there is also one more temple, you can do, which is actually in a place called Vaidishwaran Kovil, Sri Vaidyanatha Swami Temple, Vaidishwaran Kovil. But you have to go on moon and Revati Nakshatra day when moon is with strength, without conjunct with Saturn, Rahu, Ketu in transit. So I already mentioned, I think in the previous videos, luck will change for you after marriage, and luck will also change at 33 and 53. All right. I hope this video was helpful. I will see you guys soon in another video. All right. Om Buddhaya Namaha. And I'll say the Buddha sloka and we'll end the day today. Om Chandraputraya Vitmahe Rohini Priyaya Dhimahi Tanno Buddha Prachodayad. Jai Shri Krishna.